trapped in a trench.
The two guys who were trapped were definitely in dire straits.
A race against time as two construction workers are rescued after a wall collapses around them.
Plan for Afghanistan. President Trump lays out his new strategy to end America's longest war.
America and our partners are committed to stripping terrorists of their territory, cutting off their funding, and exposing the false allure of their evil ideology.
The commander-in-chief's message to Americans and the rest of the world.
Help Me Hank fighting for a family whose home was destroyed by termites.
A professional pest control company should not have missed that. And you missed it.
They put the blame on a pest inspector who allegedly gave them the all clear. The special report new tonight.
Live from downtown Detroit, Local 4 News at 11 starts now.
Glad you're with us tonight on this late edition. Two construction workers back on solid ground this evening after a dramatic rescue in Chesterfield Township.
The men were trapped in a trench buried waist deep in clay and dirt, and they were shoring up the foundation of a new home when that wall collapsed.
It happened this afternoon near Jefferson and Hall Roads, and that's where Priya Mann is standing by. Priya, not only could they not have gotten out on their own, they needed a lot of help to get out.
Oh, that's right. The fire chief put it this way. Imagine there's a tourniquet tied around your waist. You can't move. There's limited blood flow, and the pressure of the soil is weighing down on you. Now, throughout this entire ordeal, the two men were conscious and alert. It took 3 hours for emergency responders to safely pull these men out.
I heard screaming. I walked out in the front, and I'm listening, and I hear, "Help, help."
Two construction workers trying to shore up the foundation of a new home in Chesterfield Township became trapped 8 feet below surface level.
And we seen these guys in a hole. They were like getting buried. They looked like they were in pain. They were being crushed.
The men were waist deep in the trench with hundreds of pounds of clay per square foot bearing down on them.
Had these guys been, a little deeper where it was around their chest, they would not have survived because they would not have been able to breathe, because the minute you are encapsulated with dirt, you exhale, your chest collapses, you can't refill your lungs, and you're done.
The Macomb County Technical Rescue Team were racing against time.
With the water-saturated ground, it could have caved in further on them before we were able to effect rescue.
About 60 firefighters and EMTs tried shoring up the sides of the trench with boards and hydraulic jacks.
There were guys trying to dig in the hole with small shovels to get the dirt out from around the guys.
After 2.5 hours, the first man was pulled up out of the trench and put on a stretcher. About 30 minutes later, the second man was rescued.
You heard the crowd cheering. I mean, our guys themselves feel like cheering when they get a good save like that. The one chief told him, he says, "Guys, we had 2 good saves here today. Good job." And that's the bottom line, is the save.
And the fire chief says that this was an amazing rescue attempt, and these two men were trapped for several hours. Both rushed to the hospital, expected to make a full recovery. Now, the fire chief does say that they were not using a trench box, and the particle boards they were using weren't strong enough. OSHA is investigating. Reporting live from Chesterfield Township, I'm Priya Mann, Local 4.
Boy, we heard a great explanation there of how powerful this pressure was around them. But Priya, do we know yet why the wall collapsed, how it started in the first place?
So where this new home is being built, it sits right next to a canal. So the soil there is very soft, and as these guys kept digging, that wall eventually gave in.
Very lucky. All right, Priya. All right, now to breaking news just in from Detroit's west side, where a driver has been arrested after crashing into another car and then into a house. Police said the driver of the white Dodge Charger you see there in the middle of your screen was speeding when he hit a Saturn. That injured 2 women and 2 children inside. The Charger then went airborne and into a house where there were 3 children inside there. Alcohol is believed to have been a factor.
It's the call no parent wants to get. A mother in Milford has learned her son is among the 10 sailors missing after a collision off the coast of Singapore. April Brandon is asking everyone to pray that her son, 22-year-old Kenneth Smith, will be found safe. He was on the USS John McCain when it was hit by an oil tanker. In addition to the 10 sailors missing, 5 others from the guided missile destroyer were hurt.
President Trump addressed the nation in prime time this evening, talking about his new plan for Afghanistan. He says more troops are going to be heading to the country. He won't say how many nor for how long, only that there will be one clear goal.
We are not nation building again. We are killing terrorists. Our troops will fight to win. We will fight to win. From now on, victory will have a clear definition: attacking our enemies, obliterating ISIS, crushing al-Qaeda, preventing the Taliban from taking over Afghanistan, and stopping mass terror attacks against America.
He admits that is a change from how he felt about Afghanistan during the campaign. The president started his address by talking about race and the deadly violence in Charlottesville. He said when soldiers return home from overseas, they should not come back to a divided nation.
A proposal to shut down every marijuana dispensary in the state sent the medical marijuana community into a panic. The plan would have them closed by September 5th, but the question is, can it be done? Will it be done? Mar McDonald, live on Detroit's East Side with some answers for us tonight. Mar?
Kimberly, good evening to you, and I want to show you something. First of all, take a look where I'm at. There's one dispensary there, one dispensary over here, and one dispensary immediately at the corner. It is this proliferation of pot shops that has the state considering shutting it all down. Since Michigan passed medical marijuana back in 2008, certain areas have become a sea of green, so much green, especially in Detroit, that neighbors have had enough.
It absolutely is crazy. They should not be concentrated like that.
Marijuana dispensaries have, pardon the pun, popped up like weeds. And now the Medical Marijuana Licensing Board is considering shuttering every last one and starting again. The big question, can they legally do that?
The licensing board is there to license new commercial facilities. They are not there as a law enforcement agency to determine who is or isn't committing crimes.
Schroeder doesn't think so. Pot-related inquiries have become such a thing, he even podcasts about the various aspects of the law.
Patients that I'm hearing from today are very worried about where they're going to get their medicine.
Robin Schneider, a patient advocate, says this may inspire fear, but she doesn't think the board can shut dispensaries down either. What all this does signal is that in the world of medical marijuana in Michigan, nobody has decided exactly what the rules are yet.
To close every existing dispensary in Michigan by September 5th would be a massive law enforcement operation. I'm a former state prosecutor. I don't see how they could marshal the resources to close all these facilities.
Back here live, I want to show you something. There are many apps that can show you how many medical marijuana dispensaries are around you. You can see where I'm at. You can see how many are around me. And this is after the city of Detroit shut down more than 160 of them over the last year. So as it stands right now, the Medical Marijuana Board says it will reconvene in September and it will vote on this resolution. We're live on Detroit's East Side. I'm Mara McDonald. Local 4.
The first solar eclipse to sweep across the United States in nearly 100 years has now come and gone.
And it was spectacular. Millions of Americans watched in awe as the moon blocked the sun to turn daylight into twilight this afternoon. You're looking at some of the best images captured across the country for an event that only lasted, what, just over 2 minutes? It sure had a lot of people's attention.
Sure did, and that included our Ben Bailey, who spent the day in Hopkinsville, Kentucky, where they ended up with really the greatest amount of a total eclipse today. But quite a different scene there, I imagine, tonight compared to last night, Ben.
Yeah, Kim and Devin, good evening. And the crowds have dispersed all over the country and back all over the globe from here. The only thing really that reminds you of this weekend are a couple carnival trailers that have yet to have been hauled away. But for one steamy August weekend in this small western Kentucky town, it truly was Eclipseville.
The solar eclipse creates a lot of energies.
You got to capture this moment.
You can't miss it.
This was the place to be.
But Janine Hampton, science geek, it's just thrilled to be here.
The highest powered people in the state, and one of those high powered people is Lieutenant Governor Janine Hampton, a Detroit native.
Hey! Can't wait until things get started here so I can put my special glasses on.
And then it happened. Totality at 2:24 and 12 seconds Detroit time.
Pretty emotional?
It is.
Why?
Yeah, I don't want to look up to you. Stay fit.
It's pretty amazing, huh?
It's pretty amazing. I got a little teary-eyed. I dropped a couple of tears. It's just miraculous. It's just amazing, the darkness and how quick it happened, and you can it blacked out the whole sun. It was just amazing.
And it was a sight to see. The afternoon changed to night, and then from night back to day.
And it was exciting. I loved the light, the color of the light right before the eclipse and right afterwards. I wasn't expecting that. It kind of had a reddish tint. And then the 2 minutes and 40 seconds was by so quick that it was almost like it hadn't even happened.
But that moment has passed. And Hoptown, he's no longer hopping.
I knew there was going to be a lot of people in town, and we had them.
Out of weather. Guys, the Kentucky New Era published its commemorative edition this morning before the big events with quotes from scientists like it brings people to tears, it makes people's jaws drop, and it's one of the most spectacular views in all of nature. Quotes that came true this afternoon. And breaking news from Twitter tonight, the #1 song on iTunes, the 1983 smash from Bonnie Tyler, Total Eclipse of the Heart. Reporting live from Hopkinsville with photojournalist Norman Fairhurst and producer Jeremy Allen. I'm Ben Bailey, Local 4.
That's great. And Ben, I'm going to assume you're keeping that piece of paper because you mentioned earlier this is one of your favorite out-of-town assignments you've ever had.
It really is. It's been a fantastic weekend. It has lived up to the hype in every possible way.
Yeah, that's great. All right, Ben, we appreciate it. Get some rest. We'll talk to you a little bit later to give us
don't get rest yet.
Yeah,
We're
the
not
forecast, but he's had a long day. He looks drained, so we'll come back to him in just a second.
And if you want to see more of those breathtaking images that we just saw and that Ben was talking about, head to clickondetroit.com/eclipse. Cool. A sacred spot turned into a crime scene. A woman attacked in a place where many go to worship.
And local forecasters tracking stormy weather overnight that could stick around for your morning commute. We'll have that coming up. Here's Hank.
A home severely damaged, the family blaming one man. They want you to admit that you probably made an error during the original inspection or didn't inspect enough to find the potential problem.
I did a termite inspection.
And you failed. You failed, clearly. Well, you'll see all the damage inside this home, and you'll also learn how to protect your property. It's coming up in my Help Me Hank report.
It was their first home, their dream house.
It was on the land that we wanted. It had the basement. It had the fireplace, everything.
But a hidden problem in the walls caused all of this damage, and they claim the pest inspector is to blame.
They moved forward with the purchase of this home, and now they have a house that is a piece of crap.
Tonight, Help Me Hank tracking down the pest inspector who gave the house the all clear.
What a nightmare. How did he miss thousands of termites that have since destroyed part of the home? Here's consumer investigator Hank Winchester.
What happened inside this home is really sad. The homeowners are now going to have to spend thousands of dollars to make repairs. They wanted answers from the pest inspector, and so did we.
The image is hard to even look at. It looks like a bomb went off. The damage in this home, extensive. What caused most of it? Termites. Aaron Soulier is a combat veteran. He and his wife, Kirsten, applied for a VA loan once they found what they thought was the perfect home in Pinckney.
It was on the land that we wanted. It had the basement. It had the fireplace, everything.
But as soon as they started doing a little remodeling, they noticed a big problem. Bugs, termites everywhere.
I started crying. He started almost crying. I mean, it made me sick to my stomach.
But how could that be? They say as a part of the loan process, they had a pest inspection. That was performed by this guy, Jeffrey Wilhite, with Absolute Pest Control in Howell. And when he inspected the property before closing, he said there was no pest issue at all.
If them termites have been there, let's say 20 years, then the homeowner didn't disclose it on their paper.
And the inspector.
So how would they not know it?
But the other key point to that is that the pest inspector, did not find them during the inspection.
No, as the report says, in any
areas. No.
I did not find them.
If you say that, yes, exactly. Okay. You did not find them. Yes. That's what they want to hear.
Months later, a different inspector from Orkin filed this report stating a professional pest control company should not have missed that, adding this level of infestation likely takes 3 to 5 years.
Clearly, something wasn't done properly.
No, I'm not going to admit that.
You're going to admit it because Orkin says that they went in and any professional, their words, Orkin, any professional should be able to have found the problem, and you didn't.
In Either did the home inspector. How come the house?
It's not the home inspector's job. You were brought in specifically to look for termites. That was your one job.
At that moment, in my inspection and doing the outside treatment around the house and looking in the structure, I did not find termite activity.
We did some digging and learned, according to state records, Will Height's business dissolved in July of 2015. He failed to file the proper documentation. He hasn't been licensed since 2009. And check out his criminal past, drug and impaired driving charges. He was also busted driving on a suspended license. He was on probation when he performed the inspection for Aaron and Kirsten. They were unaware. They're considering legal action and getting help now from the VA and must decide whether they will spend thousands to repair their home. They wanted to share this story, hoping others don't ever have to deal with a similar nightmare.
It's our first home. I don't even have any words. It's heartbreaking.
And a story like this one shows you how important it is to pick the right home or pest inspector. We have tips from the experts to help you make that decision. You'll find it all on the Help Me Hank page at clickondetroit.com. I'm Hank Winchester. Back to you.
Boy, that's tough.
It really is.
All those dreams.
Yep. All right, here's a look at what Karen Drew is working on for tomorrow night.
The device you give your child to keep them safe could be opening them up to a dark world, making them vulnerable to exploitation.
It's not just happening for kids on the street, it's happening in your own living room.
Sex trafficking, it's happening in every community in Michigan, including yours.
For anybody to sit back here and say this can never happen to them, yes, it can happen to you, in your child, in your house.
I'm Local 4 Defender Karen Drew. The conversation you need to have with your children to warn them about the men and women who could target them tomorrow at 11.
We've had an awful lot of fun watching Ben, haven't we?
We really have, and he's had a good time,
He's had a great time. Ben's hometown is Evansville, Indiana, and he is about an hour and 20 minutes or so south of there. Ben, I got to believe you felt right at home there in Hopkinsville.
We did, saw a lot of familiar faces, but I'll tell you, even though we're a time zone away from you guys, I feel kind of a kindred spirits. We were sweating it out, just like you guys were in Detroit and still are tonight. Temperatures are in the 70s across most of Metro Detroit, but it's that humidity that is still out there as we look at current temperatures. Also want to show you what happened during the eclipse. This is from one of our weather watchers, Steve Sobel, in Farmington. Look at how that temperature dropped as the eclipse went from 1:42 to 2:30 p.m. And of course, in Detroit, that was with just about 80% obscuration compared to the 100% totality we had here. So you can imagine what the temperature drop would have been had the total eclipse happened in Detroit. 77 in Metro, mid to upper 70s all across the area with that humidity. And on radar tonight, we've been watching a couple showers, mainly in our west zone. They're starting to weaken, but still beneficial rain without the thunder. So definitely some good news tonight. We've got better chances of getting wet tomorrow as we get later into Tuesday, but the morning could start with some showers and thunderstorms, and anything that pops up in the second half of the day, we'll be watching for the potential for those to turn severe, at least in a small portion of the area. Cold front ends the rain Tuesday night, also sweeps away the humidity and gets set for a much cooler and less humid finish to the week. There's that severe risk marginal tomorrow, and that's only for that sliver from the Grosse Pointes down to the state line. Look for 72 muggy degrees tonight as we look at your 4-zone forecast. Those lows very similar as we get through the area. Lows in the low 70s, pretty much right around 70 in the south zone, 69, 70 in our west zone. And in our north zone, we're looking at those temperatures to be right around that mark as well. Forecast highs as we get through the next 7 days go from that 80-degree finish that we're expecting tomorrow, low 80s, which is still an improvement over today, down to the 70s as we head into Wednesday through the upcoming weekend, and plenty of sunshine once we get through those storm chances on Tuesday. So no more sweating it out after this big eclipse day for us here, for you there, and really for everybody here across the U.S., guys.
Yeah. All right, get home safely, Ben, and we enjoyed the coverage.
Oh, it's been a blast. Thanks, Ben. You've heard the warnings. You know you're not supposed to do it.
The mistake many parents admit they're still making that could have deadly consequences.
And what should be a sacred place becomes the scene of a crime. A woman attacked outside a temple when we come back.
What should be a sacred spot becomes the scene of a violent crime. A woman is dragged by a purse snatcher. She's walking in the parking lot of a Hindu temple in Houston when the man approaches from behind and grabs her purse. He drags her across the pavement, causing her shoes to fall off. He remains on the loose tonight.
The safe sleeping message is in magazines, billboards, radio, and TV ads, but less than 50% of parents are putting their infants to sleep on their backs. Instead, more than half of mothers say they put their babies to sleep on their back or their side. Doctors say babies should always be put to sleep on their backs to reduce the risk of sudden infant death syndrome. But again, the numbers, some are just a little over half. Here's a perfect example of why cell phones and driving don't mix.
Watch as a sinkhole opens in the middle of a road in China. And moments later, a man on a scooter drives right into it. There he is there, not paying attention. Yeah, he was looking at his phone and didn't see the giant hole. He wasn't hurt, but probably a little bit embarrassed.
In his defense, why is there a hole there?
Yeah, well,
just
that's true.
showed up.
Totally not expecting that.